Alright, here we go guys. Today we're gonna have a look at the smallest G-Shock watch ever. This is the DWN Casio G-Shock ring watch. First, I'm gonna go through the unboxing just real quick because there's not a lot to talk about, and normally I would spend about 5 minutes for the unboxing or so, but today we're just gonna have a quick run through. First of all, I received this screen protector from the sellers, that's good, and then we have this instruction manual operating on 3592 movement, and then we have this black pouch bag which every Casio ring watch came with, but we're not gonna be using those since this is a G-Shock. And here is the casing for the watch, a hexagonal just like normal G-Shock but smaller in size. Open it up and reveal the watch. In my case, like I already said, I'm gonna pick up the red colorway, and here it is. First thing that you'll notice once you take everything out of the box is the lightweight aspects of it, and this new watch stand, which is made not cardboard, not plasticky, but it's actually rubbery, almost silicone like, pretty much I guess the same material as the strap on most G-Shock watches. But here is the watch as is brand new, mind you, and let's have a closer look. Alright, filming this watch is really tricky due to how small the scale is, so I'm gonna bring in some props so you could have a rough idea of how small this thing is as we go throughout the video. This is my GMW-5600. The BZ version is coming up, and I got another sample here. This is the Casio toy ring. Look at that sizing. This is actually bigger than actual G-Shock watch, which is insane when you think about it. This one has a bracelet band. Maybe Casio will come up with this actual bracelet version in the future, but for now they came up with this resin version, and this whole thing weighs only 6 grams. You heard that right. A G-Shock watch that only weighs 6 grams, and it is so small, yet it has 20 bar water resistant. Don't believe me? Look at the back. Look at that thing. 20 bar water resistant. This is tougher than your baby G watch, which is insane. It is made in China and shock absorbing structure just like your typical G-Shock watch, but even though it did not feels like a tank, it is still a tank, which is insane, and it is resin, not metal like one of these. This one feels really good when you hold it in person, but this one, I don't know. if you just receive this as a gift, if you're not into G-Shock, if you got one of these, you're gonna feel like this is some kind of toy, a gag, but it is not. It is some serious timepiece here. The cost will be 14,300 Japanese yen MSRP, but not for me because I paid almost double the price because I want to get it early, but turns out not as early anyway. So I made a mistake. That's bad on my part. So for the price I paid to get one of this, it's totally not worth it. Even at retails, if you're just looking, if you're really into G-Shock like most of you watching right now, then that's okay. For a typical person out there, yeah, no, I wouldn't recommend this at all, considering that it didn't have a lot of function. If you want to pay extra, maybe get one of these. This is more, I would say, worth it than one of these. They both function the exact same way, even though the module number is not the same. First mode brings you the timekeeping, of course. You're gonna have to use your nail to operate this thing, so I'll conserve a bit of my nails here. And date display, and they display over there. And then we have the flash function, which it will pretty much not alarm, but just an indicator. And then you got a dual time, basically the second time zone, and the stopwatch function, and back to home timekeeping. Adjust button over here, and light button over here. When you press it, an LED will glow from the top corner here, and it will glow not evenly at all, but you get it. Well, the display size overall is the same, but because of this aesthetic there, the time display got minimized a little bit. So yeah, there's that too. You're really losing a bit here, but you do get better protection, better built in a way, which brings me to the side of the watch. Look at that side profile. It looks really out of proportion. The screws is almost the same size as the watch buttons, which is really weird for someone who used to look at a G-Shock watch. Though it's regular screws, not some weird shapes or design to it. The back plate screws also give the same vibe as well. It looks really out of proportion, and you cannot see any spring bar in there though, like most G-Shock watch. Maybe you're gonna have to remove the bezel and remove the spring bar from the top, which is something I'm gonna do in the assembly video. But for now, just a quick run through. This watch has a size of 23.4 times 20 times 7.5 millimeters. So it is so small for a G-Shock watch. Again, 6 gram only, biomass plastic resin, and you can actually feel the material actually. The band feels slightly cheaper than your typical. I mean, even this thing feels better than the strap, the material for the strap on this model. And you can see there's a little bit of metallic coating they apply on the band and bezel. So I'm not sure if you guys could see it. I guess that's the UV coating maybe helps a little bit with sweats. I'm not sure how this thing gonna last over time with biomass plastic and whatnot. The battery could last for about 2 years, so that's good. And then the size overall for the strap, in my case, I could like stick in maybe 2 finger or 1.5 finger, and that's pretty much it. You cannot even wear this if you're 1-year-old. Maybe you could plug this on the wrist of a 1-month-old, depending on how the baby weigh. Maybe, I don't know, 4 pounds. It is so small, but you could definitely be able to tie this up to your pouch, your bag, to your wallet, or just your keychain. Use this as a keychain. It works perfectly just fine. I think the material is strong enough, and it features a typical G-Shock speed design. It is a classic design with a lot of details, and they did not cheap out with the details. You could see the lettering G-Shock, cleanly made. You could even add colors in there. There's not just some sticker. You can actually feel the engraving there, and that goes all to the strap as well. Look at all those nice little details. Goes to this side as well. The band keeper is also unique. Even the watch buckle is just like normal G-Shock with the signature down at the bottom there with Casio China, of course. And it goes to the texture underneath the strap as well. And like I already showed before, the hard case and the back plate, all just like your typical G-Shock watch. From a distance, if you were just to leave it on a dash like that, it looks really unique. It has its charm, I would say. So unique in a way that I cannot explain it, but it is fun. It is a fun G-Shock watch to have, but definitely not as useful. But I already made a video talking about how you could use this Casio ring watch, and same could be applied with this thing plus more, because the size of the strap is now adjustable. I don't have to complain about being this, I mean, fits on here, cannot fit on here, fit on here, too loose on here, and also because it is metal, the weight is unbalanced. It will just roll around as you go throughout the day. This one solves all of those problems. You could adjust the size depending on how big or how small your finger are. And mine, I'll typically wear it host number 4 from the top, just like I'm wearing my G-Shock watch these days, like so, which is feels, I mean, come on, this feels really weird. Typically we would do like a wrist check, but this time we're doing finger check. And I could wear it over here, and it is still gonna fit just fine. It won't roll around as I'm going throughout the day. And you can see that it flexes a little bit over there, which is nice, just like your average G-Shock watch. And I cannot express this enough. This thing show of how ridiculous baby G's are. I mean, those 10 bar, I mean, come on, this thing could go for 20 bar. And then if you look back on several just regular Casio watch, like one of these, right? This basically have no water resistance whatsoever. This one is 20 bar. I mean, it distort everything that we understand about Casio, baby G, regular Casio, you know, like F91W. This one could go for 20 bar. I mean, it makes me wonder if this could go 20 bar. Baby G definitely could withstand 20 bar as well, but somehow they marketed it as, you know, a lower class model. I don't know, maybe they release a Casio baby G ring watch in the future, then that will be 10 bar resistant. But overall, that's it for this G-Shock watch. I'm gonna disassemble this thing. I have a lot of ideas, guys. I'm gonna modify the strap, modify the bezel, modify this tiny band keeper over here, maybe have a look inside how we could modify a little bit on the faceplate there. Now that will be all, guys. I hope you guys learned something from this video. I definitely do. Thank you very much for watching. This is G-Shock High Fashion channel. Normally I will do a wrist check, but this time let's just put it over here. You can see my fingerprint on the glass already. Anyway, this thing, we'll talk about it later. Okay, zoom back out a bit. All right, and oh, it falls out.